Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about this new Dua Lipa album, Future Nostalgia. So this is the sophomore full-length album from the pop singer and model, who is riding high right now with a lot of hype after she dropped two viral singles, Physical and Don't Start Now, that promoted this album. Personally, I did prefer Don't Start Now to Physical, even though I do think the instrumental on it is a little bit flavorless and generic by today's standards. And after hearing this entire record now, I still don't really understand the appeal. This record is very top heavy, as I thought the first two tracks were the best ones, as it slowly decreases in quality from there. The title track that opens up the record has just a hint of like a sci-fi flair in it, and also has a huge Madonna influence hanging over this album, and maybe that's where the nostalgia part comes in. And Dua paints herself as this really strong female protagonist with some really in-your-face lyrics, and I feel like overall this album is trying to shoot for some futuristic pop opus or something like that, given the cover art, but also the braggadocious nature of some of the lyrics on the first two cuts. But there is one glaring thing that this record kind of forgot and left in the past, which was the production. Because man, I mean, the instrumentals on this record are just so watered down to the point of being car commercial soundtracks. They certainly don't sound interesting now, and they will not sound interesting into the future. And sure, I don't really prefer the instrumentals on this album, but I'm also not really convinced of Dua Lipa as a singer either. Her lyrical content isn't really too deep or thought-provoking, which, I don't know, I guess I was expecting from a mainstream pop release. And sure, her voice is decent, but what really makes her stick out in a long line of people that would line up for American Idol every year? Because I'm not really quite sure if I could pick her out of a lineup if I had to. And a couple of the tracks on this album have some really weak, borderline annoying hooks, like the track Good in Bed, for example. I mean, it is so annoying, it's to the point where I have to turn off the track. So yeah, I mean, I'm just not really seeing the appeal on this one, honestly. It wasn't really for me. And overall, I don't really think this record does anything to showcase Dua Lipa as a singer or even her own sound as an artist. The instrumentals are extremely boring and forgettable, and the hooks on this album are just nowhere near as sharp as what you'd hear on like a Carly Rae Jepsen release. And with that being said, I'm feeling a 4 over here on Future Nostalgia. So there are actually a few different variants that are floating around of this on vinyl. Up on her website, you can order a deluxe edition that looks like it comes with a book of some sort, and it's also on yellow vinyl. She also has a hot pink variant for sale. And also, if you go over to Urban Outfitters, there is like a sky blue pressing that's available too. So if you want to go crazy collecting this one, you can. But if you listen to this new Dua Lipa album, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like down below. And if you want more content from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace.